Hello. Oh, you're looking tan, man.
I am, I know.
Both of us got some sun over the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Memorial Day. Hello.
Hola.
All right. Let's see here. Everything looks good. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
Not Friday
No.
this time. So, apologies to everybody.
Yeah. I had to watch my son, who is 8 months old. So we had to postpone.
Kind of would have been difficult to do this.
Hold them and
8-month-old.
It would have been interesting though.
Could have had him there on the side, but I don't think that it would have.
Yeah.
So yeah, postponing till today. Hope you guys had a great weekend, extended weekend if you're in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what you do for a living, I guess not necessarily, but hopefully you guys did have a nice weekend. Yeah, it was nice weather here.
It was cool in the morning. And,
Cool, but still very sunny.
Yeah,
as you can tell. I went out on both mornings, Saturday and Sunday morning. Was out because the temperature was really nice,
right.
But yeah, I didn't put any sunscreen or anything on. So yeah,
that Florida sun sneaks up on you.
Indeed. So yeah, did you do anything fun?
Beach.
Oh, you actually went to the beach?
Well, I put my foot in the sand and then I ate right at a restaurant by the beach. But my family went to the beach because I was here Memorial Day, and then
which beach? Where?
Flagler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if anyone knows Flagler Beach, ate at the Golden Lion, which is a popular restaurant here in Flagler. Well, it's Daytona, but yeah. Up north.
I've not been to Flagler Beach. Everybody says that's where to go, not Daytona.
I mean, it's all the same water. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And it's the same beach too. Probably it's all connected, right?
The difference. So Flagler, apart. Yeah, I mean it's all right there. Yeah. Flagler Beach has more shelly sand though, which is interesting. So the stuff they made the St. Augustine Fort out of, that coquina stuff, whereas I think Daytona is more sandy.
Right.
Probably because you can drive on Daytona and you can't drive in Flagler.
It's very hard sand as well. It's really packed down. I guess just because it's
all the driving on it.
And the tide comes up very high, always pressing it down.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, the beach is here. Is it all repaired there mostly from the hurricane now? I know here in Daytona they're still working on it.
Yeah, I didn't go all the way down where A1A got washed out. I know that 4 or 5 years ago they're putting in pillars, these giant cement
to
stop the road,
to just kind of reinforce
the road. So
everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see.
We will. Indeed. Hopefully. Knock on wood. He asked me yesterday. My wife asked me yesterday, when's the hurricane season start?
I mean, I think it starts technically now, or it might be in a week or two.
Yeah.
Or a little bit later.
From kind of beginning of summer.
Yeah, but we get Sahara dust. So it kind of keeps. See, this is new to Zach, guys.
Yeah.
Sahara dust from the Sahara Desert blows over the Atlantic Ocean and stops anything from forming and dries out all the air. So stuff can form in the Gulf, but it doesn't really happen this early.
This area of the ocean.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Yes. You never know, though. So I'm good for him.
Right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, we've got our giveaway item. Yes. For this week. Very cool.
Yeah. Kept one of these for myself. So.
Jagan the type.
I do like the Jagan.
Typed. What's different about the type? Do you know it has a different shoulders? Is the gun different as well? I think the color is also slightly different, but
it might be a little slightly. I don't think it's slightly different color. It's the same.
It's pretty close. I'd have to look at it side by side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that, and what else do we have new these days?
We got some new Witch of Mercury kits in. 2 of them. I don't remember their names.
Is that the same? Same ones that we talked about last time? The Zor
we did, because we were talking that we were getting a shipment last time, and then I think that shipment came while we were on air. And then we got the little guy in. I don't know if they're still in stock.
The gun platoon.
Yeah, but those came in. The Zeta Verkaz came in. the 100 the aerials came in. So if you pre-ordered for the first batch, yours is here or it shipped out to you. If it's still here, it's probably because you have something else on pre-order. So it's here.
Yeah.
We are doing a promotion. If you have stuff that's in stock on your order and have a pre-order that's holding it up, right now you can send us an email, and it's only gonna be $6 extra shipping to split that up instead of the regular $9.99. So if you want to get your stuff out, we'll be sending out that email later. But if you're on here, yeah,
right. If you like you're saying, if you have stuff, especially if it's a pretty large order and like it's waiting on like one thing,
yeah,
you're like you would like to just get your stuff that is here already early.
Because I'll see it like people like for the real grade Epion, people will order like 5 or 6 in stock master grades and then add that to their order, and then it's gonna be like 3 months before.
Yeah.
So if you want that shipped out, right now we're just doing like a savings 33% off of the split shipping for you guys if you want to get that stuff out, or if you want to wait, that's fine too.
Yeah, sure.
Mark said hurricane season starts June 1st, so that's
there you go.
2 days from now.
Yeah. Thursday, right?
Yep.
All right. This week is the last week of school here too. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's
for Volusia.
Yeah. What is it different?
Flagler's already out. Last week was theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That kind of would have been nice, I think, seeing as how they had Monday off.
Yeah.
It's already a short week, but
right.
Anyway, guys, let's get into some questions here. Let me see. I only have this sort of queued up here for us. So let's see. We had 91 comments on YouTube community tab. JG, help me out here. JGHV said, I look forward to these Q&As every other week. Thank you guys for doing yet another generous giveaway. So since you mentioned summer in the caption, you guys have any exciting plans for the summer?
Next week, me and my wife are going to Charleston on Thursday and Friday. Oh.
That happens all the time. Gotta get this dendrobium out of my office.
So we're going there. It's going to be our anniversary. So we're going to hang out there for the weekend. And then first week in July, we go to Bryson City, North Carolina, every few years and do camping there at Deep Creek. You get to go in a big old tube and go down the river.
I thought you don't like camping.
I don't like. I don't mind camping.
Is it like camping in like a tent camping, or like you're in a cabin?
Sometimes it's a tent. We've done a cabin, and this time we're gonna do the Jeep.
You're gonna camp in your Jeep?
Yeah, we got a tent on the top, and then we'll have like a little like thing that we'll bring to drive, a camper thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
I don't mind camping. I do like camping. I don't like the long whole week worth of camping, and I don't like not being able to have cell service out there. Because if something happens here, it's very hard for them to get in touch with me for an entire week. Yeah.
So you don't like being too far out in the wilderness?
I mean, if it's a short, like a day or two, that's fine. I don't care about that.
Right.
Yeah. But my wife's family does a whole week. So happy wife, happy life.
There you go. My summer plans. No, I don't really have anything special in particular planned. We have the kids signed up for a couple different like summer camp things, but other than that, not really too much. I don't think this year.
Ava will be working here.
Oh,
supposedly all summer. So we'll see how that goes. How tired or bored she gets. So she wants to make some money. So
with all of the combination combatants in the Witch from Mercury, do you think we'll get almost like a 30 minutes missions line of easier build customs? Am I reading that wrong? The second one?
With all the combinations in the Witch from
combatants. That's what I did at first.
Combatants in the Witch from Mercury, do you think that we'll get almost like a 30-minute mission line of easier build customs, or just a few P-Bandai kits to represent them? So I haven't really watched Witch from Mercury.
Yeah, I guess I was kind of confused at first about what he meant by the question. I guess combatants, he means like the different like factions like in the anime, which I just wouldn't be familiar with because I've not been watching.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not gonna be like 30-minute missions. That's what the main point of this question is.
No, I think like for the example of like the Zoart, like we just got the Zoart heavy as the variation. I doubt that we would get like more variations
Right.
of that kit. One variation as a standard release is probably as much as we're going to get of that. If there's more different ones, they are probably going to be P-Banda or something, I would guess.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, William's question here. Do you want your kits to be designed with more details or look more anime accurate out of the box?
I like more details, honestly. If it's not super anime accurate, then it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I also don't really care necessarily too much about anime accuracy, but whether it has more or less details just kind of depends on the mobile suit a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like some mobile suits, it suits them, like a lot of like the 1 Year War Zeon mobile suits, the Zaku's and stuff like that kind of look better. I think usually kind of with less details, just the aesthetic of them. But other kits, like the full mechanics kits we've been getting from Gundam Seed, those look really good, very detailed. So just kind of depends on the mobile suit.
Yeah.
Eric asked, do you think they chose the coolest designs for Grunt mobile suits because they had to draw them a lot in the anime, and it was more fun to draw cool designs repeatedly and blowing up? I think that's probably the reason why the Grunts are generally very simple in their designs, because they have to draw them a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm sure. Yeah, they want to pick the coolest designs, regardless for the Grunts and maybe mobile suits and whatever.
Yeah, and I'm sure they probably had people draw up like 20 or 30 different designs, and they probably picked what they wanted throughout that process too. I know that's what they do with a lot of movies and stuff.
Yeah, sure. They go through the stages of the concept art,
right,
kind of planning that out. And yeah, I think probably one of the things that they do is they probably, like for just the basic gym, for example, the original design they had for it that they chose, they're like, all right, this is the design that we're going to go with. Probably in the original concept art was more complex or more detailed than what they actually put into the anime. Because they didn't have to draw it a lot in the anime, so they probably simplify it down a lot. That's kind of like related to what William's question was about whether you like more details or more anime accurate. Because anime accurate usually is going to be a little bit less detailed, because that's what they have to draw. And that's a lot to draw if they draw like super detailed. Chris asked, if it were up to you guys, which kit would you like to be released as the next MG to come out?
If it was up to me?
Rosenzulu.
No, but that's yours.
It's my just kind of go-to
either the
one.
Bale or the Vidar.
Yeah.
From IBO, yeah. It'd be really cool for like the Gujin, and then you can make like the Gujin Rebake and the Gujin, but those would probably be P-Bandai.
Yeah,
I like the Gujin Rebake. I like a lot. Full City's okay, but Bale or Vidar. I don't like the Kamaris Vidar that much.
Yeah, they're kind of hit and miss between the designs for myself as well. If we were going to get another IBO MG, I feel like naturally it would probably be a variation of the Gundam, so they can reuse that frame. But if it were up to me, I would like to see a Master Grade Grays. It would be awesome.
That would be cool too.
Yeah, that would be really awesome.
Master Grade Man Rowdy.
Yeah. Nah,
that'd be solid.
It's a cool design. I like the HG, but I wouldn't necessarily care for an MG of that. I don't know. An MG Hygog though would be another one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. With the scarcity of MG kit releases in recent history, I know that this is unlikely, but do you think Zeon mechs will ever get more MG love? So I'm guessing he's talking like 1 Year War Zeon stuff, which there already exists like a lot of Zeon 1 Year War MGs. So I'm not really sure. I'd have to think about. Well, I guess the Hygog would be one.
Right. Yeah.
Other ones that might. Well, I think a lot of people would also agree that they need to make a 2.0 of the Zaku 1 as well. Would be nice. And we just got, MG releases have been few and far between recently, but one of them was the remake of the Dom.
Yeah.
Or the 1.5 version of the Dom. Right. So it's not like these Zeon mechs have not been getting love, even with the scarcity.
Yeah.
So no, I think those are classic designs. They'll still continue to get love. It'll just be like everything else, MG related, just kind of few and far between for the foreseeable future. It seems like for now. I was actually just over the weekend preparing a very in-depth discussion essay video talking about MGs, kind of the history and the current state of MGs and where MGs, because it seems like it's a very contentious topic.
Yeah.
Lately, like when I was telling you in my coverage of Shizuoka Hobby Show, it seemed like half the comments were people talking about MGs or the lack of MG announcements.
There's no MGs.
Yeah. So it's like, I want to make a video about that. So I was preparing for that. Pestering my the guys in my Discord a lot over the weekend, asking a bunch of questions. What do you guys think about this, about MG? Getting their thoughts and opinions too. So
nice.
Yeah, that'll be coming up.
Part of your Discord. Yeah.
Sorry. Are you even on Discord?
Yeah.
I know you use it for other stuff. I know. I barely use it, but I do get on there a little bit.
Discord for a lot of Minecraft stuff.
Yeah. What's the best kit each of y'all have ever made, whether it was the building process or the way it looked afterwards or something else?
I mean, the Sinanju Stein by far. Both versions. Just solid stuff, really. Can't get better.
Except for holding up that rifle.
I mean,
not very solid there.
What it does is it challenges you in ways that you never thought that you could overcome, but then you overcome them by overcoming them.
I don't know. Objectively, I mean the Perfect Grade Unleashed is pretty peak.
Yeah, they're built out.
Model kit technology there. Just wish that it would have come with some sort of stand so they could actually do more kind of with it. On that note, the PGXia is also really nice because it does actually have a stand. Also really cool kit. Could you see the next MGEX being another Verka? I'm leaning towards it being the Shinanju, with the extreme point being the gold separated parts and better inner frame. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Maybe.
I could definitely see that. It is getting pretty up there in age, sort of. It's 2009, if I remember correctly. 2008, 2009.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did the Verka, yeah, and then they also did OVA.
Yeah, they had the OVA.
That's the main one that always gets reprinted, is the OVA one.
Yeah, but I mean, they did that with the Unicorn kit. I mean, they came out with multiple versions of the MG Unicorn over the years, and then still made the MGEX. I think the Unicorn, I mean, was definitely a much more drastic improvement from the original MG to the MGEX. Completely redone from the ground up. The Shinanju, well, it is just as old, almost, the original MG Shinanju. It's not that bad. I mean, it could definitely be improved with the color separated gold, though, like the RG. So yeah, I could definitely see them doing that. Could be, yeah. And they could have some kind of added LED, at least like for the monowire or something in there as well. What are your 3 most excited kits from the Shizuoka Hobby Show? Oh, there was so many things announced. You had to narrow down to 3. I know one of yours is the Spinosaurus, right?
No.
The JP3.
I really like those Kobukiya, their new line of Mecha Musume kits, like the Paladin, and those look pretty cool to me.
The X series.
Yeah. I like those. I am excited about the build, like whatever the 3-episode build series or 4, whatever they're gonna do. Only because then I feel like they'll reprint some of the old build kits.
There was a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So that I'm pretty excited for, and then I really like that bug, like beetle Kobukiya hex gear.
Oh yeah. The blockade, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know those.
That does look pretty cool.
Aren't all Bandai, but yeah.
No, yeah. The question was not necessarily asking Bandai. I just said 3 most excited things you're most excited about. Yeah, those are all pretty cool. I've not ever been like a huge Scope Dogs fan, but I have gotten more appreciation for Scope Dogs in more recent years, and I'm excited to see Bandai Sky. I think will be really nice. I think for people who are fans, it'll be really nice to have one from that new HG Scope Dogs kit from Bandai. Will be really cool. What else? Yeah, there was a lot of really cool Kobukiya stuff. The new art block kits from Kyoto. They're like the kind of statue model kits, but you can build like the statue. There's like one of the Eva Unit 2, like in the beast form. And I think that one actually just released in Japan. And then there's another one coming out of Eva Unit 1 and a few other different ones. There's like a not Mazinger, but Gunbuster.
Gunbuster.
Different kind of cool stuff like that. Got a lot of cool Gundam stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, good announcements.
Still, the Epion is probably the one that I'm most looking forward to at the moment. Yeah. Among the new, like the entry grades and the new HGs, was there any one that stood out for you from like the new build series?
So I forget the name of it. It's not the Kamiki Burning looking that one, but the 3 that they haven't shown off that said were coming is that Barbados red Barbados type looking one. I hope they make that one good because the artwork for that looks pretty neat.
So the ones that they just had artwork for,
the
ones you're most excited for.
Well, they had that, and what it looked like the Psycho Gundam was going to be like the main bad guy.
The one kind of in the background, and then they had that girl kind of Super Fumina looking.
I'm pretty sure it was like a guy that's going to be a girl dressed up. I saw something like that.
Oh.
Unless I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought it was a boy character.
Oh, with just a female kit?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Sure. Do you think Bandai will make more sublines of HGUC, like HGAC, HGC in the future? I mean, well, just if they make more universes that exist like that. Probably, yeah, sure. I wish that they would develop some more of those sidelines in HG, particularly G Gundam, which we are getting a little bit of in P Bandai, and also Gundam X. They're like alternate universe I'd like to see some more kits from. Which variant do you think improves the most on the original, like Stark Jagan versus original Jagan, etc.? I guess he's just meaning like not necessarily the kits, but like in lore, I guess, in canon, in the anime.
Okay.
And no, the Shinanju Stein is not the improved variant of the Shinanju.
Yeah, well, it's the improved variant of the new and Sazabi put together. So there you go. That's it.
Okay. Sure.
No, I mean grunts wise, I really like the GM Sniper. I mean that's improved off the regular GM. It's a loadout, I guess.
Talking about like the original, like the GM Sniper, the 8th MS Team one, or
no,
GM
Sniper 2, GM Sniper 2, yeah, which was just in a video game, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh, it was in 0080.
Was it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
I thought I read somewhere that was just in a video game.
No, somebody's going to let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I believe.
They're going to tell me if I'm wrong. Or...
Other ones, let's see. I don't know. I don't know exactly the lore of this, but there was the silver bullet with the fin funnels. It was pretty cool. Oh, or the Barlan Custom. There you go. Yeah, that's really cool. Speaking of that,
I mean, we all love our Strike Freedom.
I like how most of what we're talking about is all just from Unicorn.
Yeah. So I said Strike Freedom.
Oh yeah, you wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
So we were just giving a lot of attention to Unicorn stuff there. But that's one of the great things. One of the reasons why I love Unicorn is because they kind of reintroduced a lot of mobile suits that were kind of like either like from old series or had never even been animated before, stuff like Dodge, things like that, or like variants of mobile suits. It's all cool stuff. If you could have Bandai make a new buildable figure series for a franchise, which would it be? My choice would be Five Nights at Freddy's.
So obviously we're open up to anything.
That would not be my choice at all. What would you say, Minecraft? I think that could be kind of interesting. It wouldn't necessarily be something I'm interested in for me personally, but I think it could be kind of interesting that Minecraft
you build like the pig and the cow and then the
as like entry grade type of like Pokemon Plamo kind of very simple kits.
They do Lego Minecraft Legos.
Bandai, get on that. It's free money you're sitting on right there.
Yeah.
Anything else that comes to mind for you? Another series or franchise?
Star Trek.
Not that much of a Trekkie.
Not a Trekkie
myself.
Man,
I like
so
them.
Many ships that they can
make
I
like them well enough. Yeah,
that would be really cool.
I think that in general, Bandai just doesn't really kind of they don't seem to want to get into ship model kits that much. I mean, they did it with Star Wars a little bit, and they have done like a few ship models like Gundam series and things like that from time to time, but it doesn't seem like something they're too interested in and getting too well into. I don't know. Yeah, I think about that. Nothing else really comes to mind at the moment. New Razafon kits would be cool. I know that Bandai did make a Razafon kit ages ago. I've never seen it like actually in real life though.
Battle Mechs would be cool.
What's that?
That thing that we're working on. It's kind of come to a standstill. Apparently, those are Battle Mechs.
Isn't that Mech Warrior?
Yeah, Mech Warrior, Battle Mechs, stuff
that
like
kind
that.
of style of like a Walker.
Yeah.
Mechs. Yeah. What if they made like BattleBots kits made like off the old like TV series BattleBots like model kits of those?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be funny. Some American like model production company. I don't know what there is, but somebody should start a model company. I feel like there's something that I'm not thinking of, or like Suyata or one of these kind of more companies that makes kind of goofy kits because they made like the nut model kits. One of these companies needs to make something like that, just some like model kits of BattleBots. Just got my first PG, the Mark II Aid colors. What is your guys' preferred way to display a PG? Interesting.
Epic battle pose.
Nope. Exact opposite for me, just because the PGs are the most difficult to pose in epic battle poses. Just
depends
because
what one you have.
Yeah, it depends on the pose. Yeah, I guess. Just because of the lack of a stand for them generally.
Yeah.
Like that's why I love the Exia, even though the Exia is not one of my favorite Gundams. But as far as PGs go, I love it just because it actually has a stand. You can actually do stuff with it.
Right.
The Astray and the Strike are really good for doing ground poses. Yeah. The PG Mark II, I've never built. Have you? Yeah. So I would imagine being an older one, it's probably not super posable.
But it should be.
I mean, it should
somewhat.
Yeah. Just it would be. I wonder like how well it would be balanced and everything like that. So generally, I would say just in like kind of a standing pose. Yeah, but that's my little planter pot that fell down.
Oh.
Back there, looking at like the dirt there.
Yeah, I was wondering if our little friend that
no.
Okay.
It's my little succulent that died and then fell there behind my desk. I need to clean it up. Is it possible to panaline a kit after you painted it?
Yeah. It's a lot harder.
I would guess he means like scribing.
Oh no.
Right, because obviously, if you're talking about just like painting in the panelines, obviously you do that after painting it. Naturally. But scribing no. Yeah, I mean,
so you don't want to do that.
You could, but I would not look. I mean, so I would guess that maybe the reason this person's asking this question is because they have a kit that they already painted, but they would like to go back and try some scribing on it. I would say either just strip the paint or just buy the kit again.
Because here's the thing: if you mess up too, then you
can't sand it.
You can't sand it. You can't put it. You can't do it. You're just And then you got to try to find the paint that matches. And if you mix the paints, then you're really.
Yeah. I mean, you could. It would be really difficult to do that without messing anything up. Because I feel like even if you're super careful with your scribing, it's a really thin line. You'll probably still have like the paint would chip a little bit. Yeah. So it'd be really, really difficult to do. And if it's a kit that like you then plan on doing like some pretty heavy weathering on, you could cover up a lot of that again. But yeah, I would say either just buy the kit again, or if you don't mind, just strip the paint off, do your scribing, and just paint it again. What grunt suit would you want to be printed or reprinted in MG? Well, the Leo comes to mind. I wish that they would make an MG Leo.
That'd be cool. Your grays.
Yeah, as I mentioned before. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Never mind. They made a P Bandai one. What? Power Gym.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was a P Bandai Master Grade. Actually, I think they just got re-released, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Man Rowdy.
You just like saying that.
Man Rowdy.
Yeah.
Is it Man Rowdy?
Manrody.
Manrody?
Yeah. But you're not the only person that I've heard say rowdy.
How do you know it's Manrody?
You look at how it's spelled.
But there's no E at the end to make it an O noise.
You look at how it's spelled in katakana, in Japanese.
Oh.
Obviously.
He got me.
Which glue is best or cleanest, in your opinion, for modeling, especially for the apex detail parts?
That thin Tamiya, extra thin Tamiya is usually what I use. Or I will use gelled super glue, but apply it with a toothpick on the back. I have done that before, but usually the Tamiya stuff is pretty good.
I was gonna say liquid super glue, like the
liquid.
Yeah, brother.
Gel, just because it's easier to control for me. I don't know. I've just always liked the gel one better.
For like detail parts, I just because they both have different uses, but because the gel type is like thicker,
might squirt out.
Yeah, or just add like a layer of thickness when you want the detailed part to be pretty flat, as tight as possible on your part, right?
Yeah, but I usually use a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're using a little, it's not going to like add like a millimeter of thickness under there. It's not going to be like that thick, but you really could use either one. But yeah, if you're just Tamiya thin cement is not working, then just super glue would be the next best thing. Yeah, for sure. What is an objectively bad kit that you guys love? I don't know, because I don't think there are any objectively bad kits.
Objectively bad kits.
Because what would that even mean?
I don't know, but I feel like we've been stumped.
Yeah.
Like the community feels like it's bad, but we like secretly.
Well, that's the thing is I don't think that there really could be any because what is bad? What does that mean? What do you mean by bad?
The Tristan.
It's kind of an oxymoron, like objectively bad. It's like what kind of pizza would you say is objectively good?
Objectively good? Cheese.
Yeah. What if somebody thinks that cheese is too plain?
Well, they're objectively wrong.
See, that's what I mean. You can't really answer that because it's. I feel like it's just a.
I feel like it'd be like more like a community or a popular feeling.
Yeah, I get what he means. Yeah. I think it's just like a kit that's generally thought of as not that great of a kit that we like. Well, the RG Zeta, I liked it a lot. That kit gets a really bad reputation as being terrible, but I think as long as you don't mess with it, it's a great looking kit.
RG Sinanju gets that too,
but
I didn't have a problem with it. I know a lot of people have that waist thing breaks usually a lot on that one. Or is that the Master Grade, the waist?
That's the waist of the Master Grade, yeah.
Right.
The RG does have its issues for sure. But yeah,
it looks
just
good when it's done.
Yeah, I think so too. And the GPO1 RG as well also gets, I feel like, not as much, but also a lot of hate. Also looks really, really good.
Yeah. I don't know if these people are going and transforming that Zeta like every day or something and they're getting mad.
I understand. Even transforming it once, I mean, you do have to be really careful with it. But I mean, that's the thing. Just be careful with it. That's it. It's pretty easy. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend transforming it too many times. That's just going to increase your chances of breaking something.
Right.
And yeah, would it be nice to not have to worry about that? Sure. But, it is a kit this big that transforms. Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
All right. For you guys at Gundam Store, how has the item of the day been for business? Is it a thing you guys plan to do for a long time, or is it like a shelf clearing strategy right now?
I mean, it's done good, and I guess it's kind of both. It is obviously a shelf clearing strategy, but I mean, it's doing well enough to where we can do it for a while. Thing is like kind of things have kind of caught up to where if we ordered a lot before, we would get cut. Now, if we order a lot, we're getting everything that we order, which is a good thing. It's just that kind of in between where now we kind of adjust your orders to go with what you need. But No, I mean, the item of the day is fun. I think it makes everyone kind of come to the site every day or check their email every day to see what it is, which then leads to people looking at other things that might not be the item of the day. So, yeah, I think it would be
or getting multiples of the item of the day.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a fun thing to do. So, probably be around for a while.
Yeah. Will you ever be getting a restock of the Full Mechanics Barbatos?
I'm sure we will, anytime. But I don't like the regular one. Probably not for a while. But like the Lupus Rex, I could see just because they have the master grade. So, I mean, they'll reprint it, but who knows when? It has not been on a reprint list at least till September, anyways. We haven't gotten the order forms for October, November, December yet. So.
Like with anything, all right, it's just a matter of time, but
yeah,
could be a short time or a very long time.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was a kit that you thought was lame until you built it? Sound Agent says, I hated the Penelope at first and still don't care for how it poses, but after building it, it's a top 5 kit for me. Oh, there you go.
You know, kits I really liked that I built a long time ago that probably aren't are those 1/100 Astray no grade kits. Yeah, the red, but all the different colors. I really actually like those a lot. They're not the best kits in the world, but I liked them just probably because you have a whole variety of different things.
Yeah, I have fond memories of the 100 scale, like non-grade, the seed kits, and then also the 00.
Yeah,
100 scale kits are also really nice.
Yeah,
I feel like if I went back now after building some, like, especially with 00, after like the new MGs that we've recently got from the series, going back and building those, I would probably be like, yeah, you know, they're not that great, but no, they're pretty nice. I feel like, not that I thought that it was lame until I built it, kind of thing, like what the question's asking. But there has certainly been those before. The Penelope was one that I didn't necessarily think it was lame, but I did, you know, it's a goofy design. The Penelope is a very odd design. Yeah, building it was a lot of fun though, for sure. Just because it's fun to build something very unique, very different. So I feel like a lot of times those kind of really weird, funky designs grow on me when I build them because it's just fun to build something so different. What's a good primer for airbrushing? Mr. Hobby.
Yeah, Mr. Hobby's pretty good. Gaia primer, I like.
Yeah.
That one's good. Sunin 7. That's pretty good.
I have not tried those, but
that one's pretty good. I like lacquer primers a lot versus.
Yeah, primer. I mean, you know, just by its nature, it's the color doesn't really matter that much. Right. You know, whether, you know, like with some paints, like the colors, you know, like with some certain lines of paints, whatever, will have like a nicer shade of green or something that you need for a particular kit or something. With primer, it's just going to be covered up anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's like this exact shade of gray or whatever, right? If you need a dark primer, pretty much any company that makes primer or surfacer makes it in a couple different colors, white, gray, black, at the very least. Yeah. So as long as it's one of those, you'll be good. I feel like for me, really the brand, I've just always gotten, you know, what's convenient and available for me to get. The most important thing when it comes to primer is just choosing the right color. I feel like that you need for whatever your color is going to be.
Yeah.
It's more important than the brand necessarily.
Have you ever tried Alclad?
No.
Maybe if I.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I think you're right on with that.
Let's see. Well, what are your thoughts on Full Mechanics kits getting more releases than Master Grade kits? It's also kind of something I'll touch on in that video.
And it might have, I don't know if me and you agree on this, but it might have just been because you can get them out faster. And with the production capacity of the last few years, I feel like that's why we've probably seen more, is because you can get them. There's less runners, so less production time means more you can get out, more you can sell. That's probably.
Yeah, and I feel like even though we've not gotten a lot of like straight up master grades, a lot of like that production capacity that would have in the past gone to regular master grades has gone to stuff like the MGEX and the PG Unleashed and these other like big on like complex kits that have a lot of runners and stuff like that. So like we are getting kits that have a lot of runners and stuff in there. So like the amount of resources that would go into MGs are going to stuff like that, and then they have other resources that go into full mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at it just full mechanics compared to just MG, it seems like there's like nothing really coming out for MG. But if you're looking at it in like an allocation of Bandai's resources, you can still see there's still kind of a lot going here and a lot going there too.
Yeah.
So but I mean, for me, I've really enjoyed the full mechanics kits, so I don't mind at all. I don't think that this is a question we've had. It seems like every week we get kind of a question about like, do you think that MG is going away or full mechanics is replacing MG? I don't think that at all. No. But I think both lines will be here to stay because they exist for different reasons.
Right.
But yes, it is a little bit complicated with the MG situation. What kit do you want reprinted most?
Actually, Masquerade Deep Striker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I didn't get one,
right?
And I want one actually, and I would.
Not the Xiong, not the Neo Xiong.
No, because they keep tricking us with that.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what I mean. So if they were to finally actually reprint,
I don't know if I'd believe them.
Yeah. Wouldn't believe it until we actually have it here.
Yeah, it's 6 years now since they first told us it was getting reprinted. Pushed it back. Then they're going to release it as a P Bandai, and then didn't.
Well, you know, I'm telling you, I saw that. I showed you that picture. I saw somebody had HGC Neo Xiong that had the blue label on it, which means that it had to have been reprinted at some point.
They probably got it from Gundam Base
in some capacity. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's probably because I think the Gundam Base is supposed to have most everything. That's. But yeah, I would like the Deep Striker. What about you?
That I want to be reprinted. Well, since I was just mentioning it a minute ago, maybe their Bandai's Razafon kit, because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've just seen pictures of it online. That and their Big O kit, but now we have the Marurai Big O, so I mean.
Do you know?
Less so.
So the Exia had its whatever, I forget what it's called, the big dock thing with it, kind of like the Dendrobium. They made one for the Dynamis, and it was a Bandai kit. And I've only seen that in pictures.
I think that was a Hobby Pro Shop exclusive.
Was
something
it?
Like
okay.
That? Yeah, I believe so. It's not the Meteor unit. That's the Seed one.
Right.
It's
I forget what it's called.
Yeah, for the Exia. Yeah, I
know. Something. No.
No. It's gotta have GN in the name, surely.
Yeah, GN
Arms or something like that.
Something like
that. No, the one for the Dynamates, I think that was a Hobby Pro Shop exclusive. Yeah. All right, which was kind of more of a thing. Now they kind of haven't really had that since like P Bandai has kind of taken over as their way to release exclusive items. I don't think that they've had a Hobby Pro Shop kit in a long time.
No, because they used to do. Oh yeah, no. Because they still do the magazine things, like the extra weapon?
Occasionally, yeah. That's also been kind of few and far between. Because Dengeki Hobby doesn't exist. They don't do a print release anymore.
No?
Yeah, so that's out. So I think it would be Gundam Ace is the only other monthly publication that would release stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably something that I'm forgetting. But it's definitely less now than it was, 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What's a kit you won't mind building over and over again? Cosmic Horrify asked. Interesting.
No, because I get tired. I feel like I wouldn't want to build any kit over and over and over again. Like I'll build it once or twice if it's something else I want to do with it, like customize wise. But I don't see myself being like, I could build 300 of these and be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean. I'm not sure if he means something to that degree, but at least that you could build, a few of them. You could build it a few times over. I mean, I'm sure there's kits that you probably have built, essentially a few times just by building different variations.
Yeah.
Like the HG Grays, for example. I know I've probably built 15 of those just because I built different variations of it. Yeah. So I mean, on that note, I mean, I guess just because I already have done it, it makes sense that I could say that I wouldn't mind building the HD to Origin Zaku's over and over again because I kind of have already. So there's certain ones like that. It would definitely be HG for me. I don't know if there's any MG that I could think of that I would like, just because if you're going to be building that many, that's just a lot of parts.
Yeah.
To be building over and over again. But maybe like the Origin RX-7802, just because it's such a cool kit, and I feel like it would be one to kind of paint in different color schemes. So building like it a few times and paint one, like the full armor color scheme and paint one, and prototype color scheme and stuff like that. Would be kind of cool. One that has variants rather than just like the same thing again and again. Which Gundam kits were you most disappointed with? I'm going to skip that question here because we've had kind of similar ones. Do you have any insights into why or how Bandai does their releases? One thing that came up in talking over the weekend about master grades that I kind of, I guess, like maybe knew or have heard about before, but didn't really think that much about. But I guess one of the things that does play more of a part in Bandai's decision making, more than I kind of thought about before, is retailers in Japan. What retailers are willing to order from Bandai. I didn't realize, I guess, that's a pretty significant part of how Bandai chooses what they're going to produce. Do you know anything about that?
Like new kits?
Yeah.
Where they survey the retailers?
I guess.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I think I've like heard that, but
I mean, it makes sense, but then why would you not reach out to everybody?
I mean, and I'm sure it's not even like all the retailers in Japan. I'm sure it's probably like a couple, which I would imagine would be like Yodobashi, Big Camera. I can't even think of like what the top ones would be other than those.
Yeah, but they're not. They're maybe selling thousands.
Yeah, a lot.
Not tens of thousands, like maybe.
Or I wonder.
Or are they selling tens of thousands? I don't know.
Or just like Yahoo Japan or like Amazon Japan, I wonder. I don't know. But it came up in our discussion about MGs. And like how one of the reasons why they're producing less MGs, I guess because some retailers are less interested in stocking those compared to smaller kits.
Yeah. A question in chat I want to answer.
Oh.
So Christopher asked, why did we start charging tax? I don't think any other retail stores do, which is they all should be if they meet the criteria from other states. So a few years ago, Wayfair in another state had a court hearing, and it was determined that states could now start forcing companies that were not in that state to start collecting sales tax if they met an economic threshold. Most economic thresholds are you're sending either 100 packages or the value is, I think, 100,000 or more in product that you ship there. So most companies are hitting 100 packages if they're, doing what they should be doing, advertising, stuff like that. So I think we're up to like 38 or 39 states now that if you meet that economic threshold, you have to start collecting sales tax and then send it to that state. So most online stores do. Most Gundam online stores do now. If they don't, they either don't meet the economic threshold for your state, or they're just breaking law, one or the other. So, and they might not know that they need to collect it. I mean, that's a possibility too, because they might be going off the old rule where, I don't have a building in that state, I don't have to collect it. But yeah, so I mean, that's that. Most online stores now do collect sales tax. Like I said, it might, if they're not, they're just not meeting that economic threshold for that state yet. If they're growing, eventually they will, and eventually they'll have to start charging it. So it's not just a Florida thing. It's not just us thing. Literally every major Gundam store does. I know that because we do test orders with them all the time. So they do charge sales tax.
So TLDR answer is just we have to.
Yeah. We it's a legal requirement.
Yeah,
it's the law. Yeah.
What's your favorite non-Gundam anime?
Non-Gundam anime? That's hard. I really, really like Gate.
I thought you liked One Piece.
No. I like Gate, Full Metal Alchemist, both Brotherhood and the non-Brotherhood version. That one just because I watched it growing up. Dragon Ball Z. But Gate I like a lot, and that's probably one that not a lot of people probably know about. I like Log Horizon. That was really good. Naruto. All of them. Naruto, Shippuden. I haven't watched any Boruto, though.
Believe it.
Yep.
For me, Evangelion and original Dragon Ball. Mine's going to be pretty milquetoast because I don't really watch a lot of anime. I feel like you probably don't that much either, like, I don't know, compared to like a lot of like anime fans.
Yeah, no.
But you watch more than me.
Yeah. Made in Abyss is really good. Although I haven't watched the second season or the movie. You know what else is really good that I'm watching now is Eminence in Shadow. I like that one. That was pretty good.
Yep, I've not seen any of those. So I have seen a lot more like anime films.
Yeah,
I feel like more than you.
Yeah,
I kind of like films more so than like different series of stuff.
Like something's castle, floating castle, or howling castle, or whatever.
Yeah,
you're like
Howling's floating castle.
There it is. Yeah, I ain't watched
Howling floating castle.
Yeah, I'm not big.
Yeah, of course, Ghibli films I like. I've not seen Your Name, which I know is like
My name's Adam.
Super popular. Naturally.
Dad joke.
But that director, Shinkai-san, I think is the director, right? I've seen his earlier films, which I love. 5 centimeters per second. The Place Promised in Our Early Days is the other one. There's a few of them, which are really, really good. But I've not seen his more recent ones, Your Name, and then there's another newer one.
Is Your Name the one where it's like the guy, the boy, and the girl just sitting there on like the posters?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I'm not sure what like. I'm sure there's probably multiple poster designs, and it maybe depends on the country as well. But yeah, probably.
Didn't he like win some awards or something?
It did win a lot of awards. Yeah.
And you haven't watched it yet?
I know. Yeah.
Man.
All right. Well, I was gonna check the comments here on our Facebook page, but they seem to not want to be loading here. Not sure. Let's go back to Instagram.
Sometimes you're zoomed in, it won't let you.
Let's see. How do you deal with gate removal on plated kits? Take that in the meantime. This is doing something weird on Facebook. But yeah, gate removal on plated kits. Hopefully the kit is undergated.
Yeah. So there's a question on disappointed kits, and I was very disappointed in my first gated one. And that's because I didn't realize what would happen when I started cutting the pieces. So now I don't really build anything that.
What if you know ahead of time? For some reason, the comment's not loading on there, which is strange.
Can you click? Oh, okay.
What?
What's that sent with stars thing?
I don't know.
All comments. There you go. Because none of them were sent with stars.
All right.
No one gives us stars.
I don't know. What are you saying? Oh, yeah. If you know ahead of time that it's undergated, would you? If it's like
no.
Well, what about like the Masquerade 2.0 Hyakushiki?
No.
Did you not build that one, or had no interest in building that one?
No. I don't know that.
See, like generally for me, like I wouldn't be that interested in getting a plated kit just because, you know, ideally any kit that I'm building, I want to paint myself. Yeah. So if I'm just gonna, that just means I have to strip off the plating in order to repaint it. So it doesn't really have that much appeal to me as is. But I mean, there are kits that do look really good that are plated, like the Hyakushiki 2.0. It's a really good looking kit, just built up straight out of the box if you're not gonna paint it. Or you could like just paint the frame and the other parts and just not paint the gold, just leave the gold as it is, that sort of thing.
You could strip it, do it the way you want it, send it out for electroplating, and then have it shipped back to you.
I think I've told you about this. There was a shop in Korea that would electroplate your runners for you. Just like any kit that you want, you could take it there. And I think they charge like by the runner or something like that. I don't think they do it anymore. But yeah, you could take in the kit. Like if this Jagan kit, if you wanted the armor parts plated, you could take it in there and they'd plate it for you.
Only on the runners.
Yeah, on the runners, of course, not on the individual parts. So yeah, if it was one that's not undergated, it would be kind of a waste of money, but I'm sure some people still did it.
Yeah.
And then they sold some there at the shop and everything, so it's pretty cool. Other ones, I mean, yeah, like you have ones like the Master Grade Phoenix, which is a really popular MG and very expensive MG, but man, it is not undergated at all, and it has some terrible nubs on it. So that's not.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
When you cut it off, you got to cut as close as you can.
Well,
out in its own.
I think what people would say is that you can then touch it up with paint, but I mean, you can only touch it up so much. It's still going to be visible, still going to be noticeable. You can touch it up a little bit. Being situated in Florida, do you have any Florida man stories? Chris wants to know. I'm sure you have. I've only been here a year, basically. I'm sure you have some.
Like Florida man or myself, or some Florida man did this.
Either or. I know your personal Florida man story would have been what, your fight with the possum. Yeah.
And then my fight with the alligator. Did I ever tell you that one?
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Oh, okay. So I get home and my chickens are out.
Maybe this was kind of fairly recently, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my chickens are out, and there's like a 4-foot-long alligator sitting at my gate. And I didn't see it, so I hit the door, to open the gate. And of course, the gate's opening. The chickens are there. And here comes the gator walking in. I didn't want to run it over. Should have, but I didn't want to run it over. So I stopped between it and the chickens, got a broom, and started fighting the alligator until it went back out the gate.
So I was going to say, you're going to try to corral the chickens in first or get the alligator away first?
Yeah, I went right for the alligator. Yeah. And so that was an interesting fight. Then my other story, I'm sure you've heard it, with the possum.
Yeah. Fighting the possum at night in your underwear.
In my underwear, and when it was in the chicken coop. Yeah, these chickens are just like the downfall of me, actually, now that I think about it.
That's your source of trouble right there.
Yeah, just get rid of them. But eggs are so much. Well, they were. I think they come down now.
Not that much. It's still expensive.
Yeah. Each chicken's worth like hundreds of dollars now.
There you go.
If you think about it that way. So those are my Florida man stories, I guess, for me personally. I've seen stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure heard a lot of.
Oh, yeah. There's always something interesting going on. The problem is there's so many weird animals here that.
That's the root of a lot of issues.
Yeah.
A lot of stories. Sure. Yeah, I don't really have anything to Florida, man. I don't think quite yet.
Any interesting things with those raccoons?
No. The house that we're in, the previous owner would feed the raccoons. So for the first couple of months we moved in, we would sometimes see the raccoons come into the backyard like in the evening. But no, haven't seen them for a long time. I think they realized that there's no more food to get there. Haven't had any other like kind of weird animal experiences either. I don't think.
Squirrels are the worst.
Squirrels are pretty crazy.
Oh, they're bad.
I did hit one the other day. I felt bad.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, but I mean, I slowed down.
Yeah, I don't care.
And it's like going the road. It's going this way, that way, this way, that way. And I'm like trying to swerve a little bit off to the side, and it still went right under the tire.
The worst is when like the tree's right there, but it says, "Forget that tree. I'm gonna go run right in front of you."
Yeah.
You know, like
they're nuts.
There's just I've hit a few squirrels.
Hit a possum once too, driving at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. Because of course it just does that.
Yeah, like, oh.
And it's on the highway, so like there's nothing I could do.
I've been behind a semi-truck when it nailed a deer.
Oh, jeez.
And there was blood all over the front of my car. That was rough. I didn't hit it. The semi-truck hit it, and that thing exploded.
Yeah. Jeez.
So.
There is so much more wildlife here
that
you see daily compared to Korea. I think I lived in Korea for 10 years, and I probably saw a squirrel 3 times.
Really?
in 10 years.
And you probably see one like 8 times a day.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's not like I'm in the middle of the city, so there's not any around. I mean, like, we lived in, you know, a kind of smaller city, and, you know,
there's trees.
I'm sure if I went hiking like every weekend, I would see them more. Maybe, yeah. I did see deer once hiking there, but yeah, I mean, between wildlife and bugs, especially, there's so many more here.
Oh yeah.
So
there's bugs that you don't even know exist that live here. I'm sure you're gonna
be finding all sorts of different kinds.
Oh yeah, wait till you see the big ones that are like a little rare, and then all of a sudden, boom, one shows up. You know, what the is that?
The mole cricket was definitely the craziest one so far.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, the mole cricket was super weird.
That's nothing.
I'd never seen that before in my life,
or anything cicadas?
Like that. Yeah, I've seen cicadas, of course. Yeah.
Mole cricket was the weird
mole
one.
Mole cricket. Huh? Yeah, because that's the thing, because it's got like the claws like a cicada on the front, but it's like the cricket body. And, I don't know, it's really weird. All right, let's see. Do a few more questions here. Any word on a reprint of the Metal Gear Sahelanthropus?
No, I hope we get one.
I would assume it is going to be.
They've done all the other ones. Yeah. And now that they just announce that they're redoing Snake Eater for PlayStation. I saw that.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll give some hype too.
Yeah. I think that it's probably going to get reprinted just because they've reprinted the Rex, the MGS4 Rex, and the Ray just recently,
and then the Black Rex.
That one as well getting reprinted. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I even knew about that, but yeah. So I would say
I would love for them to make a Gecko.
Yeah,
that would be cool. But
yeah, it would be, or kits of like the other Beauty and the Beast core.
Mm-hmm.
From
I feel like we've talked about this.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, definitely still on the wish list. What are top 3 kits you're most excited for this year? We talked about that. We answered that question from Jay. Any chance Bandai will offer a F91 Denanzon again? MG would be nice. I don't know. The MG 2.0 F91 did pretty well.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not a popular series, so it probably only warranted the main suit.
Well, they came out with the Vignagina RE kit, so I think like if we were gonna get any more of those kind of type of kits, like the Denanzon from F91, it would probably be in the RE100 line, if the RE100 line is gonna still be around.
Yeah,
more likely than an MG.
They have what 30 or 40 like F90, F91 type kits from that series that are
all the P Bandai variants and everything.
No, well, yeah, they have that, but like the no grade kits.
The old ones.
Old ones, yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of vaguely, yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of them.
I didn't know there's that many of them, but
yeah, there's a lot. There's at least 30 different kits from that series that are all old.
There you go.
They did a reprint of them like 10 years ago. That's the reason why I know.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that it would be an MG. I think if we were to get anything in 100 scale, more from that series, it probably would just be a. Did they ever make a there's like the black color version? I forget the pilot's name. You know, in HG, there's the two. There's the white one, and there's like the black. It's not black. It's like a dark blue.
Mm-hmm.
Something Harrison version.
That was P Bandai went with the.
Did they make a variation in MG of the MG 2.0 of that?
Did they? P Bandai, I believe.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm 99.9% sure that was a P Bandai kit.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
but I just couldn't remember if they did. Jen asked, "What is a kit you would buy a friend you want to get into Gunpla?"
An entry grade kit. If they have never built a model kit before, if they've built a model kit before, I'd probably get them not a super easy high grade, but like maybe like a high grade that has a little bit more stuff to it. If they've built model kits before, like if they're building car model kits or something, brand new, completely brand new, I'd probably entry grade or a It depends too. Like if they're like big into anime, like they say like Dragon Ball, you can get them a figurized kit, or Digimon kits. I don't know.
If you want to get into Gunpla, though, the thing is with the entry grade kits, they don't have like the wow factor of like some of the different HD Gundams, like a Strike Freedom or something like that. It has all these kind of different, elaborate backpack and gimmicks and things like that. I mean, in entry grade, you have the ARC-72, the Strike Gundam, the new without the backpack. So they're kind of like very basic designs. Really advanced, technology in the actual build themselves. But for somebody who's just getting into Gunpla, they won't realize that. They won't be able to appreciate that. So I feel like if you just want something that's just really easy to build, then entry grade, yeah. But that might not really be the most impressive thing to somebody who you're trying to get into Gunpla.
Yeah, but you could give them that and then show them all the next steps.
I would just show them multiple different options ahead of time and feel like, here are some different things. Like if you live in an area, like if you live like in this area, for example, just come like to the storefront and look around, so like see some different examples, or just do it online, like look at some different ones that are available.
Because it's not like they're not going to be able to do it. Like it's not super difficult to build a Gundam kit.
So I mean, you could point out the fact like, here's some entry grade kits that are going to be real easy to build in very few parts, but then you also have some different HGs which are maybe kind of more exciting in their designs or whatever, but they're going to have a little bit more parts to it, that kind of thing. Super new to the hobby, Kevin said, do you have any thoughts on kits that are particularly beginner friendly? Well, we just kind of just talked about that. Let's see. Let me just try to find one more good one here. What's your favorite kit? Have you built any from the Witch Mercury yet? HG Witch Mercury?
Nope.
Just design wise of the ones that have been released, do you have a favorite?
So the red one,
Darabalde.
Yeah, but there's a new Darabalde, right? Like the gray. What's that gray white one that's
that has a kind of like skull face looking design on it. Yeah. I forget the name of it as well.
That one looks pretty cool.
I'm very torn on that at the moment, because there are certain aspects of it that look really cool and other aspects not so much. So I'm waiting, kind of holding off my judgment until I actually get it in hand and build it, because there's certain aspects of it, like looking at that, I really don't like too. But we'll see. Will we ever get new G Gundam kits other than the God Gundam? We are just their P Bandai at the moment, unfortunately. Hopefully we get something new of the Master Gundam. I would like that. All right. And in your guys' opinion, is the MG line dying? No. Yeah, I don't think so at all. But yeah, we'll have a video I'm going to work on later this week for you guys, kind of talking all about that. So look forward to that.
Did you get these?
Yeah, online.
Yeah.
There's the Darabalde. There you go. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go here? Present. And let's draw our winner here. 3, which is Facebook, where we had 73 comments. Show me another 3. 64.
That's not bad. You count from back.
I can count up from the bottom. So let's make sure we view 32 more. So here we are at the end. So we're at 73. We need to go to 64. 73, 72, 71, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65, 64. Did I do that right?
Yep.
Okay. So I got a headache. I'm going on today. I don't feel like I'm not in a good head thought capacity. I don't know. Anyway, Cody, congratulations here.
Cody.
What's the big hurdles in having a Gundam shop in America other than importing the kits?
I think people understanding the time. So when a kit's released in Japan, it's not necessarily here in the States.
I think logistics, in general.
The
logistics
time
and time and costs, kind of those things generally.
Yeah, I think are kind of hurdles that the consumer base has to, you got to just teach them that's just sadly, if Bandai gets getting stuff here faster, or ships it here so it's here, and then release date, then we're able to ship it out. That would be cool too. But then we got to hold the stuff. So just the logistics, that go into it, from stuff from Japan to here, getting the stuff out to people.
One of the reasons why we do these live streams, so that we can explain this stuff, so that you guys know. I mean, because it's not like common knowledge if you're not like related to the business, so you can understand kind of like, here's why things are priced certain ways. Here's why, stuff comes in when it does.
And some
sooner or later.
Some stores get in faster than other stores, and that's honestly, that's just when certain containers arrive. Because Bandai might ship 4 containers of the same kit, especially if it's like a new release. Container A might be allocated to this store and this store. Container B might be for this store and this store. And so container B might arrive before container A by like a week. So things like that kind of go into it too. But
it's not a smooth process. It's not like it's sent directly from Bandai. Bandai staff loads it onto a plane, and the plane comes right to us. It's not like there's a lot of steps in between that not only add time but also cost. And so there's all kinds of things that go into that. It's not as easy as if you're just ordering a P Bandai kit directly from Bandai, right? Then it just goes directly from them to you.
So. But then that can they had a Bandai container that got.
Well, here in the U.S., yes. I mean, like in Japan, like for example, if you're in Japan and you're ordering a P Bandai kit, it goes directly from Bandai to you. Pretty straight. But other than that, there's going to be at least some steps in between. So.
Yeah. But congratulations, Cody. Send us an email to support@usagundamstore.com. With you just logged into your Facebook account and what address you want to send this to. And congratulations. Really cool kit.
Thank you guys all. Those of you guys who were able to tune in today, thank you. If you typically watch on Friday, sorry that we weren't live on Friday, but if you were able to watch today, hopefully you were, or you're catching the playback later. Typically, tune in every other Friday morning. So the next one will be
next Friday.
Yeah, not this coming Friday. This one. We'll see you guys then. Anything else new really to talk about? We have the contest. The Advanced Data contest has about 2 weeks left.
A lot of people.
We are getting some more entries coming in, but I'm sure over the next 2 weeks is when there'll be a lot coming in. So we got a lot of really great prizes for that. And so, if you guys are working on your entries, just make sure you get those in. Anything else?
No, just thank you guys so much for your support. And without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we love. So thank you.
Yes. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.